Hello, I'm Jerry Ford, the beer review guy. So this is a special video. This is a dedication video, um, kind of an obituary. Um, so last night I was sitting with my wife and son. I was on the couch. We were watching a movie or something, and I got an email from a young lady that I know as Ava Rice. Um, so she was the girlfriend of Will Hammers. That was a long time subscriber of mine. That's what he went by, Will Hammers. I don't know for sure because there was a confusion on whether or not that was his real name. But that's what I knew him as. So, so, yeah, it was Ava that contacted me last night and let me know that he had passed away just recently from organ failure. He ended up in ICU, and his organs were shutting down. I guess they had started shutting down at home, and then he called for an ambulance and got to the hospital, and they ended up having to put him on. I think they had to put him on life support, maybe. Or there was no. Let's see. I think that was a possible option, or he was already on it, and I can't remember now what she said. But I know that between Ava and Will's sister, they had both agreed and decided to go ahead and disconnect him from the machines. It was at that point, so he could go peacefully because I think she mentioned pancreatitis set in. I'm not going to go into the details because it's not for me to tell this story. Ava was just telling me because I was curious on what led him to be in ICU and contributed to him passing away. So, or to the point, what contributed to the point where he needed to be let go. It was that bad. So they made a loving decision to go ahead and let him pass peacefully. So, but yeah, when I saw that message, it really got me. Because his comments are ones that I might get emotional. That I got used to seeing a lot in the past. So when Will and Ava were together, I think it was while they were still together, pretty sure, they sent me a box. I think it was early last year, if I remember right. They sent me a box of snacks. I had just a variety of Amish and Vietnamese and other countries, just a whole big fun box of snacks. It was just a big mix of stuff. So I did that, and when I was doing the reviews, I was calling it the Will and Ava show. I don't know why I started that. I just did. But it was fun, box of stuff. But yeah, this is a dedication video to Will Hammers, and it's a chat session. So because I think he would have enjoyed seeing a chat session, you know. Ava and I kind of already knew that he enjoyed my videos, but she let me know that he always looked forward to my videos, enjoyed watching them, and she thanked me for giving him that enjoyment from my videos. So that's very humbling to hear. And I'm glad that my videos was something that gave him comfort. I thought, what better beer to drink to Will than one of my favorite malt liquors, the Old English 800. This is a 40-ounce bottle. It is I think they're 5%. This is 5%. Where's the ABV? There it is, 5.9. 5.9. 67 degrees, but here in the shade it's kind of cool. Excuse me. But yeah, I'm a small channel compared to a lot of others, you know, YouTubers that do this kind of videos. So my comments and my subscribers, I see them real often, so I get familiar with people. And everybody's, you know, so cool, you know, and kind, and have nice things to say, and I appreciate that. And I got regular commenters. So yeah, you when you've been doing it as long as I have, I mean, 10 years, not as long as some of the OGs like Ronald J. Terrio, but it's still 10 years is still a long time for me in a hobby, you know. So yeah, when you only have, I have 12,584 subscribers, something like that. That's really a low number, really. But when you only have that many, and you only have so many of that percentage commenting, the ones that comment most of the time you get used to seeing, and you get familiar with them, and sometimes even those familiar ones want to send stuff, and you just kind of form a bond, you know, and they become your friends. Yeah, through YouTube, and I don't know most of you people. I know you from what you say to me and what you tell me, but and even through getting stuff through the mail, you still don't know anybody, but from what you do know of people, you know them to be a kind, giving, polite, caring people. When I get sick, I have certain ones that, you know, worry about me. When I drink an energy drink, I have certain ones that worry about me dying right there at the table or something. So you get used to seeing particular people. And then when you hear about one passing away, it kind of hits you. Not kinda, it does. It hits you right smack dab in the heart when you know you're not going to see their comments anymore. You know, it's just something. It's like when you've been involved with something, a social, you know, a social platform, it becomes, those regular people become kind of a family. So this is really kind of considered a YouTube family, you know. So So yeah, I was really sad to hear about Will passing away. Well, can't do anything now except for honor him in this video. And I'm gonna make this a little chat session. I can't take like too long. My wife's making dinner right now, so but what time I do have out here, let's talk about some stuff that maybe Will might enjoy hearing about. Some funny, some interesting. I was listening to a song the other day. It's a song called Hitching a Ride. I can't remember who does it. It goes, ride, 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 hitching a ride. It's a 70s song. Oh, excuse me. And I started thinking about when I was a kid, my older brothers would hitchhike. Did you have any older brothers or parents that hitchhiked? Excuse me. I mean, they would hike they'd hitchhike, thumb a ride, long distances. I mean, across the state to another state and stuff like that. And back then in the 70s, it was a regular thing, and people didn't have to worry so much about being killed or didn't have to worry about that so much. It wasn't a worrisome thing. People didn't really do that kind of thing back then, except for Charles Manson and that bunch. It was rare. It was rare to see or hear about. So it was kind of considered safe to hitchhike. Don't want to do that today. Ain't no way. It's bad. It's bad out there. Things have changed. People have grown more insane and desperate and unfeeling and just it could be the hitchhiker that kills you, or it could be the person that picks you up that kills you or does something else. So yeah, you can't pick up hitchhikers these days, and it's not safe to hitchhike. So yeah, my older brothers would also bumper hitch. Is that what they're called? Bumper hitch. I think it was bumper hitch. You would during the winter time when there's snow on the ground, they would grab hold of a bumper of a car that was going by, and they would just slide, and the car would just pull them along. Bumper hitching. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. I never did it. By the time I got old enough, I didn't. It wasn't. It become to the point where it wasn't safe to do it, to hitchhike. But something that happened today was I was painting a hallway close to the entry, and a couple of the campus police came in, and one of them was carrying something bent in half, and I was like, I couldn't tell what it was until he showed it to me. It was a Gammo gun. You guys have seen me shooting that Gammo gun that I borrowed from my neighbor Dustin, right? It was similar to that one, but it had a scope on it. And I was like, I know what that is. That's a Gammo gun. He looked at it, he said, yeah, it does say Gammo on it. I said, it's a single shot pellet gun. He said, yeah, I've seen them before. And I said, what do you got? What are you doing with that? He's like, well, there were some hobos down into the campus forest path, I said, you shooting at hobos? And they thought that was funny. No, we confiscated it from hobo shack down in the woods or something. And so yeah, he brought it in. It's on the campus property. So they had to run the hobo, I guess, out of there. The guy that was in there was actually staying there because the one that built the shack back in there said he could stay there. But the guy that wasn't there, I guess that's who the gun belonged to. But they had to run, they had trash all over the woods right there. Oh, excuse me. They have I think it's like a haunted trail or something back in there for the students. It's events like after, school, after classes or something later in the evening. They do stuff back in the woods. They do a nature trail back in there. It's campus property, and you can't be building hobo shacks down in there, making a mess. That's ridiculous. Anyway, I thought that was funny today. What else? Wasn't really prepared for a chat session necessarily, but I wanted to kind of do something, while I drank on this to dedicate it to Will. What else? What else can I talk about? I might be getting a box from Europe here soon. Maybe. I haven't heard from the guy. He commented on some of my, my beer garden boxes, my beer garden beers from Belgium, the German beers. He commented on those. He's appreciating those videos. I still got some more of those to do, but he says, I should send you some beers from here where he's at. I haven't figured him out yet. I don't know if he's I don't know what nationality he is. I don't know if he's Italian or Belgian or what he is, but he wants to send me some stuff, and he sounds like he's going to, but I don't. I've had so many times where people say they want to send me stuff, and then they don't ever. So I don't hold my breath, So he says a promise is a promise. So we'll see. We'll see if he does. If he does, cool. If not, it's not out of the ordinary, But we'll see. It'll be fun. I've had stuff sent to me from England at least once. I think that was I think that's the only place out of the country that something was sent to me. Ava sent me another message. She said that, because I asked her, I said, what kind of beer? What I have is a 40 ounce of Old English. I have a 40 ounce of Steel Reserve. I have a 24 ounce can of Four Loko Jackpot flavor. It's a new one. And I said I could mix up a drink, Coke and whiskey or something. What do you think that Will would have liked to have seen? And she says he wasn't really a beer drinker necessarily. He did enjoy some Yinglings. Her and him drank some Yinglings when they were, I can't remember if she said they were on vacation or something. Excuse me. So I just picked this one. I think he would have appreciated that I'm saluting him with one of my favorite malt liquors. But hello? Who are you? Gosh. Yeah, I think I was getting ready to say earlier that some of the smaller time YouTubers like me don't necessarily realize that people can get attached to your videos or your way of doing things, and they look forward to seeing your videos. You become part of their routine. They have your videos to look forward to. So yeah, we need to appreciate that we have people that look forward to our videos, and be humbled that we're liked, we're looked at in the way of part of someone's enjoyment and entertainment, whether they make fun of you, and make a game out of some of the crap that you do. Like some of the stuff I would do, they'll say, let's see how many times Jerry will clear his throat, or how many times Jerry will cough, or how many times he'll clear his throat. Did I say that yet? Or did I say something else? Anyway. Let's see, I get more good things commented to me than bad these days. I'm pretty fortunate. One I just got here recently, which was unnecessary, was, it took you 15 minutes to do that, or something like that. It took me 15 minutes to do that. Delete, hide. I don't appreciate people saying that I'm taking too long to get to my point when they can fast forward to see what I'm going to say later. If they don't want to hear all of my reading the description and the nutrition facts and what it says on there, and that details, depending on what I'm doing, yeah, it might take a little bit longer, but it's still a review. You know, I'm showing somebody that's curious of the product the details of what to expect or what's in it. Some people like to know that kind of stuff. If that person doesn't like hearing all that, they can either fast forward or go to another person that's reviewing the product and see if they like that better. You know what I mean? It's like, well, why do they want to be rude about it? Jeremy says, he would say, Dad, that's to be expected. That's YouTube. It's full of those kind of people. But why should I, waste my time arguing with them, commenting back, when I have more people that are nice, polite, considerate, great people? I have them to look forward to, you guys to look forward to, rather than waste my time with people like that. So I just delete those comments. I don't want to have anything to do with somebody that wants to speak to me that way, or not show any kind of politeness within that. There's a way you could say, appreciated your video, Jerry, but it just seemed like it might have taken longer than what it needed to be. Those kind, yeah, I mean, they're still saying they think it was too long, but at least they were polite about it. And I'll say something back to that. Maybe they'll chill out and be, in the long run, be, decent people. I don't know. I've had it happen a few times, so those kind of people I'll give a chance to, But yeah, in the beginning of my channel, it was full of more rude people than it was probably half and half, the kind of crap I was hearing about from people. But it's a lot better now. It's strange that my channel doesn't get that many people that are that way. But even though I'm just doing my videos from the end of the month to the end of the month, excuse me, my channel's still growing. Still growing, and all my regulars, excuse me, understood when I decided to kind of partially retire from YouTube and just do end of the month videos. Now I just, you know, as the opportunity arises, then I'll do a review. I'll just save it. And just kind of compile them together, but not worry about it so much. You know, I don't worry about it so much. So it's really helping me, knowing that you guys understand. So, like I've said before in the past, you might get 5 videos out of me at the end of the month. You might get 10 to 15, who knows? But I don't have to worry about it. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Butterbean? I guess over the weekend my wife's gonna cut my hair. It's getting kind of long, you think? It's getting kind of shabby. It gets unruly. You know, when I was 19 years old and younger, I loved having my hair long, and it did well. And my hair, it'd come down to here like this, and it would kind of sag in my eyes, and then it just kind of receded up. Pretty sad. But yeah, I loved my long hair. I didn't really like getting haircuts necessarily. Now I'm forced to, because it starts looking shabby. It looks scraggly. So now I gotta get haircuts. So yeah, she can still cut my hair, because it's, you know, if she messes up, I'm always covering it up with a hat, right? But she knows how to cut it. Pretty soon she's not gonna feel like doing it. I'm gonna have to go to an actual haircut place. But for right now, she can still do it. She even does Jeremy's. Have one of these bottles here at the house, but I don't have one at work on my shelf, so this one here I'm going to take to work. And it will always be the beer that I drank to dedicate to Will Hammers. Okay, it's almost 30 minutes. So, Ava, I'm sure you're watching this. Thank you again for just being a good person, and you know, being a good person to Will, giving him somebody to, you know, love, hang out with, and everything. And thank you for keeping me in the loop of what's going on and what happened, and let me know of his passing. That was very, very nice of you, very kind of you to let me know that. Appreciate that. Keep in touch, and thank you all for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.